A 5-hour journey reduced to 45 minutes. A bridge that stretches 32 kilometers across open water. 2 provinces separated by an entire bay, finally connected by one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects on the planet. This is not happening in China, not in Japan, not in the United States. This is happening right now in the Philippines, and the world is just starting to pay attention. The Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge is about to change the face of the Philippines forever. When construction begins in 2025, it will mark the start of a project so massive, so technically challenging, that engineers from around the globe are watching closely. This bridge will cross Manila Bay, one of the most important bodies of water in Southeast Asia, connecting 2 provinces that have existed in economic isolation from each other for generations. The scale is hard to comprehend. Imagine a bridge longer than Manhattan Island. Imagine a structure where 80% of it stands over water. Imagine cable towers rising from depths of 50 meters below the surface. This is what the Philippines is building, and it is going to transform everything. To understand why this bridge matters, you need to understand the problem it solves. Right now, if you want to travel from Mariveles in Bataan to Naic in Cavite, you have 2 options. You can drive around Manila Bay, which means going through Pampanga, then Bulacan, then Metro Manila, then finally reaching Cavite. This journey takes 5 hours on a good day. On a bad day with Manila's legendary traffic, it can take even longer. Your second option is the ferry. There are only 3 ferry services per day during weekdays.
Looks like we're just in time.
And the entire trip still takes over 3.5 hours when you factor in waiting times and travel to and from the ports. For businesses trying to move goods between central Luzon and southern Luzon, this is a nightmare. For families separated by the bay, it is a constant burden. For an economy trying to grow and integrate, it is a bottleneck that costs billions of pesos every single year. The Philippines has been dreaming of this bridge for almost 40 years. In 1987, Congressman Felicito Payumo first proposed what he called the Trans-Manila Bay Crossing. Back then, it seemed impossible. The technology was not quite there. The funding was nowhere to be found. The political will was lacking. Payumo tried again in the early 2000s when he was chairman of the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. Japanese firms Itochu and NKK presented feasibility studies for a bridge tunnel system. The plans looked promising on paper, but they never materialized. The project died quietly, filed away as another ambitious dream that the Philippines could not quite realize. But Payumo did not give up. In 2016, he revived the proposal once more, this time with renewed urgency. He compared his vision to the Tokyo Bay Aqua Line, a combination bridge and tunnel in Japan that transformed regional connectivity. He argued that commuters from Cavite and southern Luzon should not have to pass through Metro Manila to reach central Luzon. The inefficiency was strangling economic growth. The wasted time was costing people opportunities. Something had to change. This time, the government listened. In 2017, the China State Construction Engineering Corporation began on-site studies. Their team visited coastal towns in Bataan, surveying the terrain, measuring the depths, calculating the challenges. The planning phase had officially begun. Then came the breakthrough. In early 2020, the National Economic and Development Authority approved the bridge project with a budget of 175.7 billion pesos. The implementation was projected to last 6 years. After decades of false starts and abandoned plans, the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge was finally real. But approval was just the beginning. The real challenge was turning this approval into actual construction. In October 2020, the Department of Public Works and Highways signed a $59 million engineering design contract with a joint venture led by TY Lin International. The detailed engineering design phase was underway. Engineers began the painstaking work of figuring out exactly how to build a 32-kilometer bridge across one of the busiest bays in Asia. The numbers behind this project are staggering. The total estimated cost is $3.91 billion, making it one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in Philippine history. Of this amount, the Asian Development Bank will finance $2.1 billion. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank will co-finance another $1.14 billion. The Philippine government will cover the remaining $664 million. This is not just a national project. This is a project that has attracted international financial institutions because they recognize its transformative potential. The Asian Development Bank approved the funding in December 2023, calling it a climate-resilient solution that would enhance economic productivity across Luzon. The first tranche of financing, worth $650 million, was signed shortly after. The financial foundation was set. Now the real work could begin. The technical specifications of the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge are mind-blowing. The bridge will span 32.15 kilometers in total length. Of this, approximately 26 kilometers will traverse the open waters of Manila Bay. It will be a 4-lane, dual-carriageway bridge system, allowing traffic to flow in both directions. The bridge will connect Barangay Alasasan in Mariveles, Bataan, to Barangay Timalan, Balsahan in Naik, Cavite. Along the way, it will pass near Corregidor Island, the historic fortress that played a crucial role in World War II. The design includes provisions for a future connection to Corregidor, which could turn the island into a major tourist destination with direct access from both provinces. The centerpiece of the bridge will be 2 massive cable-stayed bridges designed to allow large ships to pass underneath. The North Channel Bridge will have a main span of 400 meters. The South Channel Bridge will have an even more impressive main span of 900 meters, making it one of the longest cable-stayed spans in Southeast Asia. These navigation bridges will stand in waters as deep as 50 meters, requiring engineering techniques at the cutting edge of what is currently possible. In addition to the main navigation bridges, there will be a shorter nearshore navigation bridge closer to the Cavite coast, with a 150-meter clear span and 25 meters of clearance. This will allow Philippine Coast Guard vessels and large fishing boats to pass through a newly established 90-meter wide navigation channel. The rest of the bridge will consist of marine viaducts, elevated roadways supported by columns rising from the bay floor. These viaducts will maintain a standard elevation of 21 meters above sea level. In deeper waters, the spans between support columns will be 100 meters. In shallower areas, the spans will be 60 meters. This design ensures that small fishing vessels and traditional boats can navigate freely underneath the bridge without restriction. Near Corregidor Island, there will be a vehicle turnaround interchange supported by piles. This will provide emergency access and traffic management flexibility, allowing vehicles to change direction if needed without having to cross the entire length of the bridge. The approach roads on both ends are equally impressive. The Bataan Approach Road will be approximately 5.9 kilometers long, beginning near the Mariveles Freeport area and connecting to the Roman Superhighway via a trumpet interchange. The Cavite approach will be shorter but no less important, linking the bridge to existing road networks and ensuring smooth traffic flow into the province. The entire project is divided into 7 contract packages. Package 1 is the 5-kilometer Bataan land approach, which is scheduled to begin construction first. Package 2 is the 1.35-kilometer Cavite land approach. Packages 3 and 4 are the marine viaducts in the north and south, totaling 20.65 kilometers. Package 5 is the 2.15-kilometer North Channel Bridge. Package 6 is the 3.15-kilometer South Channel Bridge. Package 7 covers ancillary works across the entire project site. This division allows different teams to work simultaneously on different sections, speeding up construction. The environmental challenges of building this bridge cannot be understated. Manila Bay is a complex marine ecosystem. There are 2 locally managed marine protected areas within 10 kilometers of the project alignment. The environmental impact assessment identified potential endangered species in the area, prompting the preparation of a critical habitat assessment. The engineering team developed a comprehensive environmental management plan and biodiversity action plan to address potential ecological impacts. During construction, temporary impacts on the marine environment are expected, but mitigation measures and monitoring plans have been put in place. Once the bridge is operational, there is another concern. Manila Bay is an important bird area for migratory species. Birds flying across the bay could collide with the bridge structure. To address this, a bird management plan will be formulated specifically to reduce collision risks. The social impact is just as significant as the environmental one.
Here.
The bridge will require land acquisition in both Bataan and Cavite, with more land needed on the Bataan side. The affected lands are mostly agricultural, but there are also residential, commercial, and industrial properties in the path of the project. The land acquisition will impact residential and commercial structures, community and institutional buildings, trees and plants, and existing roads and easements. Households, business owners, and workers will be displaced. The government has classified this as a Category A project for involuntary resettlement, meaning it requires the highest level of safeguards and compensation.
Yes, that wall cracked.
Resettlement plans are being prepared to ensure that affected people are treated fairly and given the resources they need to rebuild their lives. This is not just about building a bridge. It is about doing it responsibly. Climate resilience is built into every aspect of the design. The Philippines is one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world, facing typhoons, earthquakes, and rising sea levels. The Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge is being designed to withstand all of these threats. The cable-stayed bridges will be engineered to handle extreme wind loads from typhoons. The foundations will be designed to resist seismic forces from earthquakes. The elevation of the bridge takes into account projections for sea level rise over the coming decades. This is a bridge built not just for today, but for the next century. The Asian Development Bank emphasized this in their project description, noting that climate resilience is a core feature. The Philippines cannot afford to build infrastructure that will fail in the face of climate change. Every peso invested in this bridge is an investment in a more secure future. Construction is scheduled to begin before the end of 2025. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. confirmed this in his fourth State of the Nation address, marking it as a transformative milestone for the country. The first contract package to break ground will be the Bataan land approach. From there, construction will proceed in phases, with different sections being built simultaneously. The entire project is expected to take 6 years to complete, meaning the bridge could open to traffic around 2030 or 2031. 6 years might seem like a long time, but for a project of this scale, it is actually quite aggressive. The Tokyo Bay Aqua Line took nearly a decade to complete. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge took 9 years. If the Philippines can finish this bridge in 6 years, it will be a testament to the efficiency and determination of everyone involved. When the bridge opens, the impact will be immediate and profound. Travel time between Bataan and Cavite will drop from 5 hours to just 45 minutes. That is not a small improvement. That is a complete transformation. Goods that used to take half a day to transport will arrive in less than an hour. Workers who could never consider jobs on the other side of the bay will suddenly have access to new opportunities. Families separated by distance will be able to visit each other on weekends instead of planning trips weeks in advance. The economic implications are enormous. Bataan is home to the Subic Bay Freeport Zone and other industrial areas. Cavite has major manufacturing hubs and export processing zones. Right now, these two economic powerhouses operate largely in isolation from each other. The bridge will integrate them, creating a mega region that can compete with any economic zone in Southeast Asia. The bridge will also relieve pressure on Metro Manila. Right now, anyone traveling between northern and southern Luzon has to go through the capital region. This adds to the already unbearable traffic congestion in Manila, one of the worst in the world. With the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge in place, there will finally be an alternate route. Trucks carrying goods between central Luzon and Calabarzon will no longer need to clog the streets of Manila. Commuters will have options. The entire road network around Manila Bay will become more efficient. This is not just a bridge connecting two provinces. This is a bridge that will reshape the entire transportation system of Luzon. Tourism will also get a massive boost. Bataan is rich in history and natural beauty, but it has always been difficult to access for people coming from the south. The same is true for Cavite, which has beaches and heritage sites that are under-visited because of travel times. The bridge will make both provinces far more accessible. The design includes a tourist center and supporting facilities at the north approach of the bridge, providing information about the ecosystem and destinations on the Bataan Peninsula in Corregidor Island. Corregidor itself could become a major tourist draw if the planned future connection is built. Imagine being able to drive onto Corregidor Island, explore the historic tunnels and fortifications, and then continue your journey to either Bataan or Cavite. The bridge will not just move people faster, it will open up entirely new possibilities for travel and exploration. The symbolism of this project cannot be ignored. For decades, the Philippines has struggled with the perception that it lags behind its neighbors in infrastructure development. Countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia have been building expressways, airports, and bridges at a rapid pace. The Philippines has often been seen as stuck in the past, unable to execute large-scale projects. The Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge is a direct challenge to that narrative. This is the Philippines showing the world that it can dream big and deliver. This is the Philippines investing in its own future. This is a nation that refuses to be left behind. President Marcos has made infrastructure a centerpiece of his administration's economic strategy. The Build Better More program, which succeeded the previous Build initiative, includes 185 flagship infrastructure projects valued at over $200 billion. The Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge is one of the crown jewels of this program. It represents the kind of transformative investment that can change the trajectory of a country. When future historians look back at this era, they will point to projects like this bridge as turning points. They will see these years as the moment when the Philippines made the leap from a developing economy to a fully modern, integrated nation. The challenges ahead are significant. Building a 32-kilometer bridge across Manila Bay is not going to be easy. There will be engineering problems that have not been anticipated. There will be construction delays caused by weather, supply chain issues, and unforeseen complications. There will be budget overruns and political pressures. There will be environmental incidents that require mitigation. There will be disputes with affected communities over compensation and resettlement. These are all normal parts of mega projects. What matters is how the government and contractors respond to these challenges. If the Philippines can navigate the difficulties and complete this bridge on time and on budget, it will prove something important. It will prove that the country has the institutional capacity to manage world-class infrastructure projects. The international community is watching closely. The involvement of the Asian Development Bank and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank means that this project has global significance. These institutions do not invest billions of dollars in projects they think will fail. Their participation is a vote of confidence in the Philippines. It is also a recognition that Southeast Asia needs better connectivity. The region is growing rapidly, but infrastructure has not kept pace. Bridges like this one are essential for unlocking the full economic potential of the region. If the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge succeeds, it could inspire similar projects in other countries. It could become a model for how to finance and execute large-scale infrastructure in developing economies. There is also a competitive element to this. China has been building massive infrastructure projects across Asia through its Belt and Road Initiative. Japan has been countering with its own infrastructure investments in the region. The Philippines is walking a fine line, accepting funding from multiple sources and maintaining relationships with different partners. The Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge is a product of this multifaceted approach. It is funded by international institutions, designed by a global engineering firm, and will be built by contractors from various countries. This is modern infrastructure diplomacy in action. The Philippines is leveraging its strategic position to secure the best possible deals and outcomes.